Before the fight begins, look around the room for the 8 small blue flowers. You can mark them if it will help you remember where they are. During the second phase of the fight, Gnarlroot will use Splintering Charcoal, which gives you the debuff Ember Charred. Instead of running over the roots, run over the flowers instead. Once all 8 flowers have been set on fire, proceed with the fight as normal. Before the fight, take a moment to notice 2 cauldrons to the left and 1 cauldron to the right of Igira. Mark these cauldrons. During the fight, each cauldron needs to be hit with a blistering sphere. Make sure to break your friends out. We slightly pulled the boss to each side as we did this fight. Once all 3 cauldrons have been destroyed, you can defeat the boss as normal. After entering the room, someone needs to jump onto the rocks against the wall. They will need to pick up a horn on the ground. After you engage the boss, the person who has the horn will click their extra action button to summon Lieutenant Lunker. LT will cause sizzling swaggers to spawn on players. Do not AoE these down yourself. When targeted, you should run to the tank on your side. When the tank is being targeted, the boss will eat the frogs as part of his attack. After Volcoross has eaten 30 swaggers, you can defeat him as normal. On your right, when you first enter the boss room, you will find Ivy. You will need to heal her to full health so that she can be herded, somewhat similar to the world quests everyone loves. During the fight, Ivy must be kept out of mechanics and fire. If she takes too much damage, she'll need to be healed up. Ivy has stacks of a debuff that will need to be removed through the fight's normal mechanic. To do this, kill the fiery treants, which will then become charred treants. After the charred treants are healed, they'll channel into the seed in the middle of the room. Clicking the seed lets someone use Dream Blossom. Using Dream Blossom on Ivy will remove her stacks. You will need multiple waves of treants to remove all the stacks. When she's extinguished, finish the fight without her dying. In the boss room, you will see Sergeant Quackers off to the left on a ledge. Start with the raid stacked right in front of him. Wait until Pip puts out a polymorph bomb and have everyone go off and eat flowers, but come back in time to polymorph everyone else. Once everyone is transformed, have someone click on Sergeant Quackers and be saluting him, or a combo of these, to get him to join the fight. It did take us multiple attempts. Once he joins the fight, defeat the bosses as normal. This achievement is best done during the first intermission. Make sure no flowers are up, or the ticking damage will prevent you from getting this achievement. During the intermission, have 5 different people /sleep around these 5 points in the room. What they need to do is click on the butterfly while dreamwalking. These butterflies are difficult to see, but if you mouse over them, the cogwheel will appear. Once 5 different players have clicked on the butterflies, the manifested monarch will spawn. Defeat the monarch and then defeat Nyume without going into another intermission to get the achievement. Open the bridge to Smolderon and then send 6 players back to the start of the instance. They need to stand in the pool of water at the very start. This will give them the buff Dreaming Quintessence for 10 minutes. It is helpful to have a warlock to summon them back to the room, but it is not necessary if you're fast. During the fight, these 6 runes will light up. Assign each person who has a Dreaming Quintessence buff to a rune and have them stand on it. It will give them an extra action button to overload the rune. The channel is 8 seconds and it does damage to the raid when it goes off, so you may need to spread out when you overload the rune. Once all 6 runes have been overloaded, defeat the boss as normal. For this achievement, 6 volunteers are going to be needed to scout for Lost Whelps that are hiding among the branches between platforms during each intermission. Some of these whelps are easier to collect during the first intermission, and some are easier during the second. We spent a lot of time trying to figure out where they all were. If you fly through a whelp, you'll get a rescued whelp debuff. This disappears on death, so don't die if you find a whelp, or you may need to wipe and try again. I can't really describe where any particular whelp is, other than the one I consistently got, but you can use this helpful macro to help you find them. I've displayed it on screen, and I put it below. Once you get 6 people with the Rescued Whelp debuff, defeat the boss as normal. Just be sure no one with a Rescued Whelp debuff has died unless someone took their place as a rescuer. Also, finally, as a warning, this achievement took us the most time and attempts to get. Good luck! For this achievement, you'll need 6 volunteers to go on a journey through part of the raid, and each person will collect 1 wisp. 3 are in the area near Igira's room, and the other are between Council and Nyume. Use the shortcuts in the raid to get between all the rooms. Clicking on a wisp will give you a 60-minute buff called Spirit of Teldrassil. This should persist to death, but sometimes it bugs out. Bring all 6 people into the boss room and start as normal. During the second phase, the 6 spirits will walk toward the tree. They need to be healed before they enter the tree. These spirits appear in a predictable location to start their journey. It is Idriana, left. Laria, right. Denetharian, middle. Maylin, middle. Dendrithis, right. And Feldrin, left. Once the 6th healed soul has entered the tree, you can defeat the boss as normal. If this is your final achievement, congrats on your new mount.